we introduce number 42, defensive lineman Zach Marine. Zach's a business administration and economics major from Livingston, New Jersey. He's here with his parents, Patty and Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Marine. Up next, number 55, Mark Anthony Ocasio. Mark Anthony majors in accounting. He is from Allentown. He is escorted by his parents, Bertha and Raymond Sr., his brother Raymond Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Anthony Ocasio. Now we meet number 73, offensive lineman Kyle Ryan.
Yay.
Kyle hails from Point Pleasant, New Jersey, majors in English. He is accompanied by his parents, Thomas and Patty, and by brothers Thomas Jr. and Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Ryan. Last and of course not least, we introduce number 99, kicker Kevin Getz.
Kid is good.
Kevin is a criminology major from Petersville, Pennsylvania. He deals with his parents, Jeff and Barbara, and sister Kelsey. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Getz. Our senior players have made one appearance in the NCAA Division III tournament. They won an MAC championship and played in 2 Centennial MAC Bowl Series games. Let's hear it one more time for our senior cheerleader and our senior player.
So much arts and crafts. Oh, my color coded crap. Oh. Never thought when I graduated college and started doing broadcast stuff that I would do much coloring and studying. Thought I was done studying when I was in college. Nope. Nope, never does. So, all right. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test 1, 2. Oh, Lee, my man. What's up, dude? Did you know I was here today? Oh, yeah, that's right. Where you at today? Oh, you're in the Brunswick back? Okay.
Most of the football games they play a lot of them.
Perfect. Cool. Excellent.
Each of them are kind of like thematic a little bit.
Nice. Cool. Excellent.
So we're trying to kind of restart it because we left along last time. Organized.
Enjoy everything, sir?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's going well.
That's all. it. You know, then it's nose to the grindstone and
Yeah.
get ready for 2019. It was a little bit, was, you know, a little bit of a tough year for this one.
Yeah.
Misericordia's gonna be in UK this year.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay.
You know, I'm hoping. Yeah, it's been a rough year for these guys down over there. So hoping maybe get a win today. It'd be nice.
We know Misericordia is they're still part of the team, so
Right.
my one sister went to Misericordia,
Okay.
and I think it was around like her
Ladies and gentlemen,
senior years when they started the
please
program.
welcome our guest,
And
the Cougars
for a while when the bookstore
of
was sold, like
Misericordia
Misericordia
University.
football undefeated since whenever they were
Yeah.
established and stuff like that, up until I think they.
Right. So, but no, it's been helping out today, and then hoops starts up for me next week. So
Okay.
you know, keeping me busy amongst that responsibilities
Been
with
doing
NJIT again.
Jersey again?
Yeah, I'll be there. So
Not doing anything here, right?
no, just because of my commitment with them. So they asked me if I wanted to. I said, I don't want to spread myself too thin.
Sure. Sure. Still have some of the.
I still have someone to like.
Introduce
Yeah,
our
so
official
NJIT
referee,
takes me away
Mike
from most of
Albright
the
Jr.,
stuff.
the umpire, Mike
Service electric.
Martinez,
So I want to kind of
headlines,
do
Delaney,
Sure.
the line
opportunities
judge,
with them too. So
George Reddick, the field judge,
yeah,
Joseph
so
Stanton,
at least all the rain cleared out. Should be a nice
the
day.
side judge, Fuller Wilson,
That last
the
night.
back judge,
Oh, yeah.
Brian
Forced the dog to go out. He
Oh,
did not want to move.
Now you still over?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's see. Who's gonna? So we defer to Albright. Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna get started.
Good to see you.
I'll see you. I'll see if you're still there. I'll stop by before I head out. So.
Good.
Yep.
It's always.
Now coming onto the field, the Albright College Lions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, everybody, and want to welcome you inside Shirk Stadium here on the campus of Albright College in Reading, Pennsylvania. It's the final home game of the season for the Albright College Lions. They are still looking for their first win of the season, 0-8 overall, 0-6 in the MAC, and they welcome in the Cougars of Misericordia University, who come in with a record of 7-1 overall and 6-0 in the MAC this season. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you, wherever you may be. I'm Mike Ventola. Thanks for hanging out with us here on this Saturday afternoon. It is breezy, but the sun is shining, though some clouds in the sky. Misericordia won the toss. They elected to defer, so Albright will open up with the football first, and something for them that may not be the bad thing if they can try to open up with a touchdown here on this opening drive. But for the Cougars, they have been very good defensively all season. They are coming in after a 41-23 win at King's College. They are on an outstanding 7-game winning streak after losing 30-9 to Urgent Marine back on September 1st. So Albright coming in after a 49-14 loss at Delaware Valley and hoping to right the ship, at least here for the final home game here today. So for the Cougars, as they are set to kick things off, they will be moving from right to left. Albright will be moving from left to right, and looking to kick this one away will be Nicholas Neidlinger, a freshman place kicker out of Steelton, Pennsylvania. So Neidlinger will get a chance to kick this one off. Matt Dinocenti, the normal place kicker, and he is currently on the far sideline. So, but the wind, a little blustery, so there will have to be someone to come in and hold the football. Garrett Murray, the junior defensive back out of Dunmore, Pennsylvania, will hold it for Neidlinger. Back deep to receive for Albright. It is Kyle Dickerson and Jalen Lawson. Misericordia is ready. Albright's ready. And it is a short end-over-end kick. It'll be caught at the 35-yard line, tackled right at the 40-yard line. So a 5-yard return for Albright, and on the return was Kamal Stewart, the junior defensive back out of Piscataway, New Jersey, with the return. And we'll get a chance to see Jimmy Leahy and this Albright Lions offense. This Lions offense, which has had its up and downs this season, for quarterback Jimmy Leahy, who has 14 touchdowns on the season, 12 interceptions, 137 of 254, a completion percentage of 53%. He will be in a shotgun. To his right is Malik Bootman, the freshman tailback. 1st and 10 from the 40. Leahy takes the snap, looking back, chops back, spins, avoids a rusher, will look to throw, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Just getting rid of the football as Albright seeing some early pressure here on the first play of the game. So for the Cougars, who run a 3-4 front, keep an eye on Jason Anderson, a freshman defensive end, and Mike Conway, the other junior defensive end who has 2 sacks on the season coming into today. 2nd down and 10. Leahy, play action, throws it over the middle. It's caught right across midfield at the 49-yard line. It was Jory Cole, the freshman tight end. And for the Lions, they get a 1st down. Nice quick pass up the seam. Good protection up front. An offensive line that features 2 seniors, Kyle Ryan, the left tackle, and the right guard, Mark Anthony Ocasio. The center's Christian Valdez, the left guard, Bryce Emsley, and the right tackle is Ethan Jones. 3 receivers to the near side. Right. And Leahy will take the snap. Throws a quick pass. It's caught by Dickerson. He cuts inward. Gets across the 45 up to the 44-yard line. A short gain of about 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up. And on the tackle for Misericordia was Alex Hafner, the freshman safety, who has 4 tackles coming in today. That'll be his 5th of the season. 13:46 to go here in the first quarter. Trips to the near side left. Leahy He's going to hand it off to Bootman. First carry of the game. Runs right into the pile. Maybe gets a yard or two. He gets up to the 43-yard line, so a gain of 1. Setting up 3rd down and 6. And Misericordia, that big, beefy defensive lineman with Nagel, Anderson, and Conway. And that 4-linebacker set of Grasso, Pearson, Beck, and Murray. Misericordia doing really well here in such an early program. With their 7-1 mark, looking to get a 3rd down stand. So they put a gain of 2, 3rd down and 5 from the 42, and it'll be a shovel pass to Bootman. Cuts outside. He's still on his feet. Gets up to the 39-yard line. He will be short of a 1st down. So a gain of 3, setting up 4th down and 2. And when you're 0-8, there's no reason why you shouldn't go for it. And head coach John Marska, he is going to have his offense look to go for it. Nothing to lose here at this point. Leahy looks to the near sideline, gets the play. Bootman to his right. The normal starting tailback, Tony Thorpe, is out due to injury. That's why Bootman getting the start here this Saturday afternoon. Dickerson motioning. He's going to take it. He's rushing, and he has nowhere to go. Cuts inside, still on his feet. He's going to be well shy, getting back to the original line of scrimmage. A turnover on downs, leading the way for Misericordia. It appeared to be Jared Skids, the defensive back. Also Joe Grasso, the linebacker, in on the stop as well. So Misericordia will take over on downs. The Lions getting a chance to move the football a little bit. They will be led by Brady Williams, the junior quarterback, who has a 62% completion percentage, 16 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. Only at 6 foot with 2 backs in between them. Throws a quick pass in the flat. It's incomplete. It was intended for Sam Gillison, the junior receiver who leads the team in yards, but just shy of a few catches of leading receiver Isaiah Williams. Dave Cromwell to the right of Williams. 3 receivers to the right, just 1 to the near side left. 2nd down and 10 from the 40, 12-10 remaining here in the opening quarter. Play action, throwing a pass. It's caught at the 49-yard line, brought in by Sam Gillison, and that is going to be 3rd down and about 1. So a nice 9-yard pickup for Misericordia. Some extra players coming onto the field. John Yanko, who is a backup tight end to Anthony Scher. And also coming in for Misericordia is the tailback in Jamal Dallas. Keeping it is going to be Williams. Gets his jersey rappled on, and in the stop was David Sanchez. They may just put him a 1/4 inch shy of a 1st down, and it's going to be 4th down and short. So David Sanchez, the senior defensive end, coming in to make the stop, and Williams and the offense are going to go for it here. This first possession for the Cougars. Can Albright stop him here? Cromwell to the left, motioning from left to right is Williams. Brady Williams, the quarterback, will take the snap. He's going to keep it. He's got a 1st down. He's still on his feet. Gets across the 40. He's on his feet to the 30, to the 25, and he's tackled forward to about the 23-yard line. Brady Williams, a big-time run on 4th and short. The chains move, and it'll be a good situation here for the Cougars moving forward. So 1st down and 10 from the 23. Cromwell to the left of Williams. Taking a snap, dropping back, fires a pass, wide open, the catch is made. Touchdown, Misericordia. Clayton Vleck, the senior running back at a New Windsor, Maryland, brings in the touchdown as the Cougars take a 6-0 lead. Vleck was left wide open. And on for the extra point is Matt Dinocenti. As he'll be kicking the ball from the 15-yard line. Rather from the 10. The snap, the hold, kick on its way, and it's good. So the Cougars in their first possession of the game, they take it down for a touchdown after Albright failing to convert on 4th down, 10:15 to go. In the first quarter, the Cougars 7, the Lions 0. Nicholas Neidlinger, the freshman place kicker. Look to kick this one deep. Dickerson and Lawson back deep to receive for the Lions. It'll be a pooch kick. It's bouncing up the middle. Leaping up is Lawson. He brings it in just shy of the 25-yard line. Getting wrapped up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So Lawson with a good return. And look to be in on the tackle for Misericordia was Joe Grasso. So now we'll see if Albright here on their second drive of the game can match what the Cougars did just a moment ago. So 1st and 10 from the 36. Leahy. He will take the snap, and he will hand it off to Bootman. Trying to go off tackle right side. Gets a couple of yards up to about the 39-yard line, so a gain of 3. Grasso again in on the tackle. Joe Grasso coming in today with a few sacks, 3. Just 9 tackles on the season. Though they'll mark it a little shy of the 39, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 38-yard line. He takes the snap again. He's going to run with it to his left, still on his feet, and he will get met instantly by Garrett Murray. So Jimmy LaHaye on the carry. And they're going to stop him at the 44-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 2, a gain of 6. LaHaye using his feet to get a few yards. Dickerson motioning. A low snap, a handoff to Bootman. And he is going to get cross for a 1st down. The tackle made by Nick Yeager. So Yeager with the stop, but the chains move, and it's a 1st down for the Lions. We're starting to get some good pressure up front. 8:40 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Misericordia. LaHaye takes a snap, faked pitches, throwing deep down the near sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. It was intended. Kevin Zahner, the freshman receiver. 2nd down and 10, though. Right idea if you're LaHaye. Not sure if the wind got a hold of that football, but it was directed towards the out-of-bounds area, so it would have been a tough play if Zahner was able to get up to it and make the catch. So Dickerson again motioning from left to right. LaHaye is going to hand off to Bootman on his feet, keeping low, And they're going to mark him at the 47-yard line. So a gain of about 5. 3rd down and 5. Now here for LaHaye and the Albright offense. 2 receivers to the right, 1 split out to the left. Bootman to the left of LaHaye. Bootman now shifting to the right of LaHaye. LaHaye throws it out into the flat, incomplete. It was intended for Dickerson. In on the defense was Damian Diaz, the sophomore defensive back. And I don't think there's going to be too much punting going on for Albright today. And right now the offense still on the field. If anything, worst case scenario, LaHaye would just drop a few yards back if he wanted to just boot it quickly. But I don't see that as the case. Some pressure potentially coming in from Zach Orzel, the defensive back for Misericordia. The play clock down to 7. LaHaye, he's going to take the snap. They are going for it. Steps up, fires a pass. It is tipped, almost intercepted. The pass was intended for Kevin Zahner. And on the defense was Damian Diaz. Another turnover on downs, and the Cougars will be back on offense. Similar field position for Misericordia. When Albright failed to convert on 4th down in their previous drive. So now Brady Williams in the offense back out for work. Share motioning from left to right. The snap, the pass, the catch is made by Gillison. He's breaking away inside the 30 to the 20 to the 10 to the 5. He is in for a touchdown. Sam Gillison with his 8th touchdown reception of the season. And the Cougars have now taken a 13-0 lead. A roughing the passer penalty call, but the penalty declined by Misericordia. So a big catch and run there for the Cougars. Sam Gillison with his 8th touchdown reception of the season. His longest touchdown reception was 77 yards, so that still holds firm. And as Dinocenti on for the extra point. It looks like some movement up front as the officials talk things over, and now they will head to the far sideline, getting a chance to discuss the official ruling here, but I don't think anything is going to come certain. Mark Ross, in his 8th season as head coach, also the defensive coordinator for the Cougars. So Dinocenti on for the extra point. The snap, the hold, kick on its way, and it's no good. So Dinocenti misses the extra point. So the Cougars with a 13-0 lead over the Lions, 7:31 to go here in the first quarter. Dickerson and Lawson back deep to receive for Albright. Misericordia kicking Nicholas Nadlinger for Cougars, kicking from the 50. So because of the roughing the passer penalty that was declined, instead enforced here on the kickoff. So Neidlinger will have to get some help with holding the football. We'll see if there will be some sort of return here for the Lions. A booming line drive kick, and it'll go towards the end zone for a touchback. So for the Lions, who have moved the football just a bit, but really need a chance to convert a few first downs and try to get a score here, down 13-0. It's been a rough season for the Lions, but obviously a ton of youth on this team. Coach Marsga having to play with a lot of freshmen getting some opportunity here this season, which you would think would bode well for their development as early as next season. Now it's the polar opposite situation for the seniors, who would love nothing more than to have won some games and a chance at postseason play, but that is not the case here for the Lions. So a penalty on the play was offsides on the kicking team. So the football will be placed at the 30-yard line. So that's why for the long pause and delay. So LaHaye, who had been at quarterback, will now see Todd Shelley, the freshman, who is going to get his first look here this afternoon. He's 14 for 35 on the season with 4 interceptions. He does not have a touchdown pass. And he's going to hand it off to Bootman. Get some space up the middle, across the 40. He's breaking away inside Misericordia territory. He's down to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he stumbles forward. He gets knocked out of bounds just inside the 2-yard line. What a big-time run for Malik Bootman, his longest run of the season. And it puts Albright just 2 yards away from their first touchdown of the day. Now Will Dogba in at running back, who's backing up Bootman today. And he is to the left of Shelley. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shelley, he's going to hand it off to Dogba as he reaches forward. Is he in? And they mark his knee just at the 1-yard line. So a 1-yard pickup. And now Malik Bootman is going to come in for Will Dogba. And I wouldn't be surprised if Albright looks to run it again here. Here's the give to Dickerson, still on his feet. But instead, he gets stopped shy, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 here from the 1-yard line. Shelley looking towards the near sideline, looking to get the play. To me, it's as simple as just hand off to your running back, follow the block, and get in for the touchdown. Bootman is to the left of Shelley. Motioning from right to left is Forbes. Here is Shelley. He's in. Then he fumbles the football. Shelley fumbled the football. It's picked up by Misericordia. And a huge turnover after the big-time run by Bootman. And the Cougars are back out on offense as Todd Shelley with the fumble. And head coach John Marska, he thought that Shelley had crossed the plane. And he is going to get an explanation here from the referee. It's tough because you don't get replay here in Division III football. From my angle, it was tough to see once Shelley had crossed over the goal line. And you can't blame Coach Marskin trying to fight tooth and nail for that touchdown. And now the line judge is being brought over, just wanting to make sure that what he definitely saw was a fumble. Looks to stand pat here. We have 5:49 to go here in the first quarter. Cougars leading 13-0. It's too close to call, and Coach Marska not happy about it. It will stand as a fumble, and Misericordia will have the football 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. That right there is almost kind of the best way on how things have gone here for Albright this year. Williams, he's going to hand it off, stumbling on his feet a little bit across the 20, up to the 22-yard line was Jamal Dallas. So a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. So Brady Williams, his helmet came off. So now backup quarterback Aaron Barry is going to have to be inserted just for one play. The junior quarterback who has not thrown the football at all this season. So Barry, instead he is going to hand it off again to Dallas, who's got a 1st down across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. So a gain of 5. And the chains will move once again for the Cougars. I mean, Dallas coming in today with 260 yards on the ground compared to Cromwell, who had 502 yards on the ground entering this afternoon. And it's going to be Aaron Barry again, so Williams being kept on the sideline. Barry is going to hand it off to Dallas up above the 30 to about the 32-yard line and a gain of 5. So right now that offensive line up front for the Cougars getting some good push. And that right guard, Tyler Steffen, who is at 5'11", 335 pounds, to go along with the right tackle, Robert Burke, who's at 6'1", 245. Some jumping up front, and they're going to get Albright here with a neutral zone infraction. Tyler Foster, the junior defensive end, is going to be called with the early movement. So Foster charged with the 5 yards, and that results in a play for a 1st down. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Albright right now beating themselves. Barry drops back, throws his first pass. It's caught. Just across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Sam Gillison. So Kamal Stewart in on the stop. A gain of 9. Albright, they have got to get some pressure. They have not got any pressure on either Williams or now Aaron Barry, who's in at quarterback. And some early movement here, and this is going to go back 5 yards. Looks like Misericordia jumped. And the false start goes on the quarterback, Aaron Barry. Dallas in the backfield to the left of Barry. And Dallas will take the carry. Looking to wrap him up is David Sanchez, and Sanchez pulls him behind for a loss. And that puts the football at the 37-yard line, a loss of 4. So 3rd down and 10 with under 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. 13-0 Cougars leading Albright. And the Lions desperately need to make a stop here on 3rd down and try to force Misericordia to punt the football. Barry drops back. The pass is caught here on the near side. A first down for Isaiah Williams. He's in Albright territory. He stopped at the 35-yard line. Cabal Stewart with the tackle. And the Cougars converting another 3rd down. And they got a first down. They marked the football at the 34. Clayton Kelly coming onto the field for the Cougars. He's in the middle between the 3 receivers lined up on the left. To the right of Barry is Clayton Vleck, senior running back. Barry hands it off to Vleck, goes up the right side, across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Sanchez on with the tackle. David Sanchez active here in this opening quarter. Barry. Vleck to his left. 2 receivers to the near side left. And Vleck will take the handoff. He's got space. He's on his feet above the 20. And just shy of the 18-yard line. Stop at the 19-yard line. A gain of 11. And it's another first down for the Cougars. Under a minute remaining now. A very efficient drive here for the Cougars. Barry looks to pass. It's caught just shy of the 15. No, they're going to mark it at the 15-yard line as Sam Gillison makes the stop. A little slow getting up. He will now come off the field limping. And Isaiah Solomon will come on the field in his replacement. Looks like that could potentially be the final play of the opening quarter. And it will be as the Cougars lead Lions by a score of 13-0 as the second quarter will get underway in just a few moments. So after the first quarter, Misericordia leading Albright by a score of 13-0. Mike Ventola with you. Misericordia with 7 first downs, Albright with just 3, but total offense, Misericordia with 184 yards, total offense, Albright just 106. Misericordia, though, much more efficient, 1 of 2 on third downs, Albright just 1 of 4. Misericordia that 1 for 1 on the fourth down, resulting in a very big play with a big start to the day. For Sam Gillison, 4 receptions, 75 yards. And he does have a touchdown. And Aaron Barry still in at quarterback. Vleck to his right. Sure motioning from right to left. And it's going to be a handoff to Vleck, who goes absolutely nowhere. He gets met instantly by Sam Vieira, the freshman linebacker, getting his first tackle of the day. David Sanchez leading the team in tackles for Albright with 4. Vleck, that was just his second carry, now has 23 yards. 3rd and 6 from the 15. And it's going to be a handoff to Vleck, finding space. He gets stopped short. The tackle again made by Sam Vieira. And he'll set up 4th down in about 3. So you're marking at the 4, and the kicking unit will come on for Misericordia. Matt Dinocenti, who is 6 for 9 on field goals on the season, is 32-yarder, which is longest of the season. Now this one will be much shorter. The snap, the hold, kick on its way. It's got plenty of leg, and it's good. So the Cougars take a 16-0 lead here with 13 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the second quarter. And Albright hoping to get a score here on this next drive. They have some work to do here on this Saturday afternoon. Nick Neidlinger will kick this one off for Misericordia. Dickerson and Lawson back deep to receive. A low line drive kick. It's picked up across the 35 to the 40, up to the 45-yard line. Kamal Stewart in on the return. So Kamal Stewart with another return on the day. Zach Orzel in on the tackle. Jimmy LaHaye back out on the field. There's Todd Shelley was the quarterback for the previous drive. So moving from right to left. LaHaye throws it. It's incomplete. Dropped by Kevin Zahner on the far side of the field, the freshman. Those are the passes you need to bring in. He had some space between him and Damian Diaz, the cornerback for Misericordia. LaHaye is going to hand it off to Bootman. pushing the pile forward, still on his feet. And they're going to mark him at the 50-yard line. A gain of about 5. So now they're going to spot it at the 49, so just a gain of 4, 3rd down and 6. LaHaye hands it off to Bootman, still on his feet. It's across midfield up to the 48-yard line. Now he's going to be shy about 2 yards. And once again, Albright's going to go for it. Bootman to the right of LaHaye. LaHaye drops back, throwing it deep towards the far sideline. It is caught by Dickerson, and the catch is ruled complete inside the 40 up to the 39-yard line. So the senior receiver making a big-time catch on 4th down, and hope instilled here for the Lions. LaHaye, play action, fires it out in the flat. It's caught at the 35-yard line. Zahner on his feet to the 25. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard lines. Check that, Zach Miller. Miller in on the reception. It's up to the 23-yard line. A 1st down here in a hurry-up offense for LaHaye. And the Lions, why not? Taking the snap, hand off to Bootman. He's got space inside the 15, and he gets stopped out around the 12-yard line. And Bootman now down. He is hurt. And now he gets helped back up. And Will Dogba is going to come in because Bootman has to leave the field. Another 1st down here for Albright. So now Dickerson is being sent off the field, and Jory Cole now checks onto the field. Still plenty of time on the play clock, so it's not like LaHaye has to hurry up too much. Instead, he will hand it off to Dogba on his feet inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line, so a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Under 11 minutes remaining. And a quick pass, and the pass dropped and incomplete. As the pass was intended for Cole and or rather Kevin Zahner on the far side of the field. So going with a hurry up here once again. 3rd down and 6. Miller and Cole to the left. Zahner to the right. Dogba to the left of LaHaye. And it's going to be a handoff to Dogba, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Maybe got a yard or 2. And on the tackle was Mike Beck, the middle linebacker for the Cougars, and now setting up 4th down and 4. Right now, the offense, the play clock down to about 11, and Coach Marska is going to call a timeout here with 10:38 to go. And this is a wise timeout because you got a chance here now. You don't necessarily need a touchdown. You can actually just get the 1st down. That would bring them down to the 2-yard line. But at this point, why not just go for the end zone? So, Albright taking a timeout here. Folks, at halftime, we'll get a chance to go over the first half stats, get you set and ready to go for second half action. Earlier, before this game got underway, they had the Senior Day festivities. The 7 football players and 1 cheerleader recognized before the game here today. So, last home game before Albright ends the season, going to Lebanon Valley next Saturday, which will be a 1 o'clock start. Misericordia, on the other hand, they will return home after today. They will take on Lycoming. Well, Dickerson's on the field. He is going to be lined up out to in the slot to the right. Kevin Zahner will be split to his right. Zach Miller's to the left. Dogba to the right of LaHaye. 4th and 4 from the 6. LaHaye takes the pass, fires in the end zone to Dickerson. He's got it. Touchdown, Kyle Dickerson, as Albright gets their first touchdown of the day with 10:34 to go in the second quarter. And LaHaye, that is his 15th touchdown pass of the season. And Kevin gets on for the extra point. Todd Shelley will be on the hold. The snapper is Nick Wolf. The snap, the hold, gets his kick on its way. Man, it's a boomer. It's good. Well, the Lions are back in it. They trail, though, still by 2 possessions, trailing 16-7, 10:34 once again to go here in the second quarter. So Kevin Getz will be kicking from his own 35-yard line. Back deep to receive for the Cougars, Clayton Kelly and Isaiah Williams. Kevin Getz sends a booming end-over-end kick, and it'll be Isaiah Williams who receives it at his own 3-yard line. He's got some space across the 20 before getting tripped up from behind. And looking to see who made the stop on the play, and it was Bootman on the tackle. So now Aaron Barry is still in at quarterback. Brady Williams left the game. He had his helmet knocked off, but right now the Cougars still deciding to operate with backup quarterback Aaron Barry, so maybe Williams was hurt more than expected. Of course, wanting to give Barry a look as well here on this windy Saturday afternoon. Barry, play action rolling to his right, throws a quick pass, and it is caught by Isaiah Williams, but there to wrap him up immediately was Darzbowski with his 7th tackle of the season. Makes it up to the 26-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Barry was trying to get Albright to jump there. Cromwell to the left of Barry. And here's a handoff to Cromwell. He gets, no, it's a fake. Barry had kept it, instantly thinking that Zach Marini would have had to stop, and said, Barry, he's got it for a first down up to the 35-yard line. What a deke there by Barry. So a nice play for the Cougars. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. It's Sam Gillison, who's had a nice start to the day for the Cougars. 1 second on the play clock. And it'll be a handoff this time to Cromwell. It's a couple up the left side up to the 39, so about a gain of 4. But Misericordia really has done a nice job with their push up front. Their offensive line has done a nice job. So 2nd down and 6 from the 39. Barry takes a snap, quick pass, incomplete. Trying to make the one-handed grab was Gillison, as Stewart was in on the defense. So setting up 3rd down and 6 from the 39-yard line. .8:28 to go in the first half. Barry looking right, throws it. It is incomplete. The pass was intended for Josh Dieter. And it brings on 4th down. And the punting unit is going to come on the field for the first time. Chris Lynn, who's averaged close to 40 yards per punt. His 58-yarder was the longest of the season. A snap, and his punt is high. Nice spiraling kick. Dickerson is back. He bobbles it after making the catch. Still on his feet. He's brought backwards to the 11-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 12. But if anything, Albright's defense making a nice stop. And now if their offense can get a touchdown here, or even a field goal, just get within 1 possession, they could be in good shape here. If I'm the Lions, and knowing, too, that Misericordia gets the football to start the 3rd quarter. A methodical, nice 12 to 15 play drive wouldn't be a bad idea. LaHaye in the shotgun from the 12th. Bootman to his left. LaHaye gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bootman. Finds some space right side. Gets across the 15 up to the 16-yard line, about a gain of 4. They're going to give him the extra yard at a gain of 5. It's up to the 17. That extra push. So from the 17. And last drive, it made sense to kind of go with the hurry up, no huddle. And I kind of like how Albright is just looking to the sideline, get the play, work the clock. Here's a shovel pass to Bootman. He's got to turn the corner, and he just lunges forward to the 20. So that'll be a gain of 3, 3rd down and 2. Well, it looks like a flag, though, thrown, and looks like this is going to be coming back. So a potential holding here against the Lions. So it's a chop block against Albright, so it's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. So it should bring them back to the 10-yard line. And now, setting up a long 2nd down. and they need to get up to the 22. So it'll be second down and 12. LaHaye. Play action, fires a pass. It's bobbled by Dickerson, and he brings it in. He stayed with it. The ball popped out at the end of the play, but the officials ruled him down. He had gotten across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. A nice 17-yard pass by LaHaye. That's a huge first down, just getting out of their own territory. LaHaye, quick pass. It was low and in the turf. Not sure if that was some miscommunication there. Miller had kept going. Not sure if it was supposed to be a hook route or he was supposed to come on back. LaHaye throws it out into the flats, caught by Dickerson. And it's good momentum. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That's 11 yards for first down. So a nice pickup, and the clock continues to run. LaHaye handed off to Bootman. On his feet right side, getting good push. They mark him at the 47-yard line. A gain of 8. Murray in on the tackle. So Garrett Murray, the linebacker, right now this Misericordia defense having a tough time with this quick movement by the Albright offense. And a handoff again to Bootman. He's got the first down. He's in the Misericordia territory up to the 48-yard line of the Cougars. And the chains will move. A nice long drive here by Albright. What they needed to do. LaHaye, quick pass. And it's going to be caught, then dropped. Dropped by Kevin Zahner as he had his hands on the football. It looks like as he was looking to try to turn, he forgot about the football, and that's why it dropped. Setting up second down and 10 from the 48-yard line. LaHaye, quick pass, incomplete. Try to go with the slant pass to Miller. Now setting up third down and 10. LaHaye will hand it off to Bootman. Getting good push up front. Getting some help from his offensive line. And the whistles now will be sounded just a little shy of the 40-yard line, so about a gain of 8. Sending a fourth down and 2. So fourth down and 2 from the 40. And Albright now needs to convert here. If ever they needed to convert a fourth down, here it is. They have Dickerson and Zahner split out to the right. Miller to the left. Bootman to the right of LaHaye. Four-man front for Misericordia. LaHaye takes the snap. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to look to Aaron deep down the sideline, and it's going to be caught! Touchdown! Albright! Zach Miller! He beat Zach Garzel, the cornerback for Misericordia. What a play for the Lions and Albright. They are back in business as they now trail 16-13 with 4:57 to go in the second quarter. Kevin gets on for the extra point. What a play. So Forget's going to look to the extra point, and it's a boom strong kick. 16-14 as the Cougars now lead only by 2. And now if the Albright defense can hold firm here with under 5 minutes to go. But once again, going back to that pass play, credit LaHaye for seeing the pressure and just getting rid of it before he would have gotten clocked. And nicely done by Zach Miller, breaking past the defensive back in Zach Orzel. That was a nice play and nicely done by the Lions. So Kevin Getz will be kicking from his own 35. Kamal Stewart will look to hold the football. Now Getz calling him off. Williams and Clayton Kelly back deep to receive. Getz kicking into the wind. And that ball goes out of bounds. The wind really starting to pick up. Getz, who's been so good, has only kicked one football out of bounds the entire season. So a flag will be thrown. So they will start from their own 35, the Cougars. Aaron Barry, the quarterback, as he motions Williams from left to right. He will take the snap, rolling to his right, throws off his back foot, incomplete. It was batted down by Albright's number 30, Sam Vieira. So Vieira coming in and swatting the football. Nice defense, setting up second down and 10. From the 35. Taking the snap. A handoff. Up the left side goes Dallas. Gets a couple just shy of the 40 up to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. Foster in on the tackle. Tyler Foster, the junior defensive lineman. It looks like there is a injured Cougar on the turf. So a timeout taken. Speaking of timeouts, I mean, the Cougars have all 3. Albright still with 2 timeouts. Here with 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Once again, at halftime, we'll get you halftime stats, get you set and ready to go for the second half. Though as the half comes to an end, we'll give you a few minutes to go get yourself recharged for second half action before we go over the halftime stats and more. But Albright, after a tough first quarter, have played much better here in quarter number 2. Trying to see who the injured Cougar is on the field. And it looks like it was number 58, the right tackle, Robert Burke, the sophomore, as he is being aided off the field by number 13, Brian Dice, the junior receiver. So with Dallas to the left of Barry, 3rd down and 6. Can Albright make a stand. Barry takes the snap. There's some pressure. The pass, it is incomplete. Coming all the way in was Tyler Foster as he got in on Aaron Barry. No flag thrown, and here comes the punting unit for the Cougars. And with 4 minutes and 33 seconds, and Albright has 2 timeouts, they have a chance to take a lead. And to do that, they would only need a field goal. Gets with a really good leg, so that's something to keep in the back of your mind. Lawson and Dickerson back deep to receive. A nice booming punt by Lynn, intended for Dickerson, but it goes out of bounds. We'll see where the spot is on the far side of the field. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 16. So Jimmy LaHaye and the offense back out on the field as they mark the football once again at the 16-yard line. So they look to try to go 84 yards here for a touchdown. And it's going to be handoff to Bootman. And maybe he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. So if anything, second down and a long 9 from the 17. It was Gilliam on the tackle. LaHaye takes a snap, shovel pass out towards Bootman, and he gets hit instantly by Mike Beck for no gain. Setting up third down and a long 8, so they'll mark it at the 18. LaHaye, though, quick up to the line. Now they are waiting for the play from the sideline. They get it. LaHaye drops back, steps up, fires a good pass. It is caught by Dickerson. He gets met hard, though, by number 25, Nick Yeager. And a flag is thrown for what's going to be an unsportsmanlike as he went hard, and Dickerson down on the ground. And that is going to be a tough result if Dickerson has to leave this game for an extended injury, but he got popped. Nick Yeager with a big-time hit on Dickerson, and Dickerson, I mean, this is his last home game as a Lion, and you could expect him to make this catch. He's been such a sure-handed receiver throughout his career. And right now the athletic training staff looking at Dickerson on the field. Right now the officials are discussing, I guess not only if it's a late hit, but if it's, not just more than beyond it unsportsmanlike. And I think the proper call would just be to throw the unsportsmanlike as it is 15 yards, and you move on from there. He led with his shoulder and his helmet collided with Dickerson, and they are going to throw that flag every time, as they should. So Dickerson, though, as he gets helped up, and the fans and giving him a nice hand, and he's going to come off as Coach Marska leading him off the field. But we're still waiting for the referee to give us the official call that I do think it's unsportsmanlike. So the ball was spotted at the 30. So they're going to call targeting. And also to number 25, Nick Yeager. He has been ejected from the game because of the targeting. So it's not even so much unsportsmanlike, but targeting gets you ejected from the game. And that is their starting safety. Could see Aaron Pernetta now come in. And right now you actually have not Pernetta, we have Mitchell France, the junior safety, who will come in his place, but Yeager is done because of the targeting penalty. 3:08 to go here in the quarter. Cougars leading the line 16-14, but the Lions moving the football. Bootman runs nowhere, gets tackled forward for a yard. Jason Anderson gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. LaHaye takes the snap, quick pass, caught by Dickerson, who's already back in this game, across the 45, leaning forward to about the 43. A nice pickup. Oh, they're going to spot it at the 42. It'll be about a 3rd down and 3 to go. It is definitely going to be 4-down territory, I would think. LaHaye takes the snap. Play action, fires a pass. It's caught by Miller inside the 35, up to about the 31-yard line. So getting the 1st down. Chains will move here. And you got to like the way LaHaye is just engineering this drive. He has done a great job. LaHaye now takes the snap, throws a pass. It's going to be incomplete. Kevin Zaner's had a tough time on that far side of the field on that out route. It has been a tough time in a sense of just being able to hold on to the football. LaHaye's made some good throws. But now with 1:51 to go, 2nd down and 10. Bootman to the left of LaHaye. Dickerson in the slot to the left. And it's going to be a handoff to Bootman. Good block on the left side, up to the 25. Credit Mark Anthony Ocasio, who set up the block on the left side, paving the way there for Bootman, setting up 3rd down and 4. A minute and a half remaining. Still two timeouts to work with. And this time Bootman, he gets back up to the line of scrimmage, so no gain. And now it's decision time here for Coach John Marska. Kevin Getz has plenty of leg. That is not going to be an issue for him. But the question is whether or not you want to go for it. And they're going to go for it. 4th down and 4. As Jory Cole coming back on the field. Zaner leaves. Will Dogba to the left of LaHaye. Under a minute to go, and Coach Marska is going to call a timeout. And I agree with that. You got a chance to talk things over here. So 56.5 seconds on the clock. And the offense talking things over. I mean, Getz is still on the sideline. And the reason for keeping Getz on the sideline is not so much because of his leg. He's got plenty of it. It's the wind. The wind is a tough thing to deal with here, especially on this day. So I do agree with Coach Marska in a sense, having no choice and having to go for it because you can't punt it. And because of the wind, not that you're dealing with 40-mile-an-hour gusts here, but still with enough wind that would cause enough for a team to look to go for it here. So LaHaye has Dogba to his left. Dickerson in a slot to the left. Dropping back. He's got protection up front. Throws a pass. It is going to be caught and dropped. Having his hands on the football was Jory Cole. Turnover on downs as Cole could not keep it in. And now the Albright defense has got to come on and make sure it stays a 2-point game going into halftime. Now Aaron Barry brings the offense on the field. He is just going to take a knee. Misericordia will start with the football to begin the third quarter, so there's no reason trying to force it. You have a lead, and there's no reason in obviously trying to do too much in case of a turnover if you're the Cougars. But even though the Cougars are leading by 2, they had 1 point, led 16-0. Albright has come back with their last 2 out of the 3 possessions, scoring touchdowns, and making it a 2-point game, setting up what will be a very exciting second half here at Shirk Stadium. So for the fans watching this game, I'm sure you're hoping for a good one. Well, you certainly got one as halftime comes upon us. The Cougars lead the Lions by a score of 16-14. We'll be back in a little while to go over first half stats, get you set and ready to go for second half action. Keep it here to Albright football here at Shirk Stadium. Third quarter action about to get underway here from Shirk Stadium. Mike Ventola with you. Let's get you those first half stats as Misericordia leads Albright by a score of 16-14. Total yards for both teams. Misericordia 204, Albright 300 yards. Jimmy LaHaye 11 of 22 passing, 151 yards with 2 touchdowns. Aaron Barry 4 of 8 for 45 yards, and Brady Williams 3 of 4 for 85 yards. Running the football, Malik Bootman with his biggest game of the day. .137 yards on the ground for Bootman on 18 carries. Brady Williams for Misericordia, 28 total yards on 2 carries. The quarterback, though, not in the game unless he gets a chance to start here in the third quarter. Jamal Dallas, 18 yards on the ground. Leading the day in receiving for Misericordia, Sam Gillison, 4 catches for 75 yards. Kyle Dickerson for Albright, 7 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. David Sanchez leading Albright in tackles with 5. Nick Yeager and John Pearson both with 7 tackles for Misericordia. Well, Misericordia will open up with the football as Kevin Getz is set to kick from right to left. The third quarter about to get underway here from Shirk Stadium. For Getz, sends a end-over-end kick inside the 10-yard line as the ball was caught by Isaiah Williams as he gets tripped up across the 25-yard line. Making the stop is Malik Bootman. So 1st and 10 from the look to be the 26-yard line. We'll see who will start on quarterback. Brady Williams, who had looked to appear to have left the game due to injury in the first half. And then Aaron Barry ended up finishing the quarter. And a penalty now here against Albright, offsides on the kickoff. So it'll be 5 yards beyond the end of the play. So looks like the ball will be spotted. It should be about the 30-yard line, or at least the 31. Right now, the officials will have it marked at the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 31. And it is Aaron Barry who will be in at quarterback for the Cougars. To the right is Dave Cromwell. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Barry hands it off to Cromwell, goes left side. And he breaks across the 35 up to the 36-yard line, about a gain of 4, setting up 2nd down and 6. Well, this drive important for both teams, especially for Albright. They can get a stop here. They can put themselves in position to take a lead for the first time today. Motioning from right to left, Anthony Schur, the tight end. Barry steps back, throws a pass. It is caught, and getting across the 40 up to the 41-yard line is the receiver, Isaiah Solomon. Or check that, Cromwell in on the catch. Kamal Stewart was trying to go for the interception, but couldn't come up with it, so it's 3rd down and 2 here from the 40. Barry takes a snap. He bobbles the football, and he's got to run with it. And now they're ruling him down. They're saying because he dropped the football and then touched it, they have it spotted at the 37-yard line. So defense wins here on this drive. And for Misericordia, they're going to have to punt the football. Chris Lynn on to punt for the Cougars. Back deep to receive are Kyle Dickerson and Jalen Lawson. And over-end type punt. And it goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So now the Lions will get their first licks here on offense here in the third quarter. Now they now mark the football at the 28-yard line. So LaHaye with Bootman to his left. Dickerson in the slot to the left. Hand off to Bootman. Gets above the 30 to the 34-yard line. Nice run. So a gain of 6, setting up second down and 4. And like I've been talking about throughout the day, it's this offensive line here for Albright. As the game has gone on, they are starting to get a better push up front. That's why Bootman over 130 yards on the ground in the first half. He's really done a nice job. Now trips to the left. LaHaye. He's got it. Throws it, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Dickerson, and he turned his head looking upfield instead of catching the football. And now that sets up third down and 4, and if Dickerson would have caught it, he would have certainly got more than the necessary 4 yards. He had a lane. He would have certainly had a big gain. But now, looking at a 4-receiver set, 2 on each side. Jory Cole is the slot on the right, Dickerson on the left. Split out wide to the right, it is Zahner and Miller to the left. To the left of LaHaye is Bootman. LaHaye drops back, pass, and it's going to be incomplete. Defended, knocked away by Garrett Murray, and the punting unit's going to have to come on the field for the Lions. That was not a good decision there by LaHaye. And if he had waited an extra second, Bootman was getting ready to pop out from the backfield. He could have had Bootman for the necessary 4 yards for the first down. But now Getz has to punt into the wind. Josh Dieter is back deep to punt, or to receive rather. Snap, the kick, a wobbly, and this will take an Albright bounce as it will land between the 20 and 21-yard line. So a very nice punt there for Getz into the punt and into the wind. So now we'll see Misericordia's offense back out on the field here with 12:06 to go here in the third quarter. Barry rolls to his right, throws it, and it's caught above the 30, tackled forward to the 35-yard line. Isaiah Williams. The tackle made by Darzbowski. And it's a first down for the Cougars. Jamal Dallas to the right of Barry. From the 36, first and 10. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Gillison lone to the right. It'll be handoff to Dallas. He's got space up the middle. Getting tackled immediately by Yamir Lowry. So Nate Steffen in on the tackle as well. Second down and 7 on the gain of 3 yards. Barry, a junior quarterback who had not thrown a pass at all this season until today. And he's going to hand it off here to Dallas, who's got a first down, gets across the 50, and he stopped at the 48-yard line. And Dallas getting space. Jefferson with the tackle, the safety. Armon Jefferson, the sophomore. And quickly up to the line are the Cougars. 1st and 10 from Albright's 48-yard line. A 4-receiver set, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Instead, it's going to be a handoff to Dallas. Gets wrapped up by number 39, David Sanchez. Flag thrown. And I think there may be some holding here. Line judge throwing the flag immediately. Or unless they're looking to call potential face mask. Face mask. And it will be on Sanchez, so an automatic first down. Coach Marska not happy with the face mask call. So now 1st and 10 from the 31. This is the most the Cougars have moved the football in past few possessions. Barry drops back, throws it across the middle. It's caught at the 10-yard line. Leaning forward is Sam Gillison around the 6-yard line. A gain of 25 on the play. Setting up 1st and goal here for Misericordia. Motioning from left to right is Williams. Barry. And he's going to hand it off to Dallas, still on his feet. And he gets tackled just shy of the goal line. A gain of 5.5. It'll be 2nd down and goal coming up. Dallas to the left of Barry. He will take, as Barry takes it in for the end zone for a touchdown. So Aaron Barry with his first touchdown of the season, and it's a rushing touchdown as the Cougars take a 22-14 lead. Matt Dinocenti on for the extra point. Snap the hold. Kick on its way. It's good. 23-14. Cougars lead the Lions. 9 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the third quarter here at Shirk Stadium. Nicholas Neidlinger will kick this off from his own 35. Needing Garrett Murray potentially to come over and hold the football for him. And it seems like trying to kick from left to right's been the issue. Dickerson and Lawson back deep to receive. And it'll be Dickerson who takes it from his own 3-yard line up the 15 to the 20. Outside cuts in out to the 25 to the 30. Still on his feet to the 35. And he gets stopped at the 37-yard line. A very nice return, a 34-yard return for Kyle Dickerson. And Jimmy LaHaye and the Lions will have very good field position to begin this drive. LaHaye with Bootman to his right. Trips receivers to the right. It'll be a handoff to Bootman. And after getting stopped immediately by Zach Orzel, Bootman did enough, though, to scrounge out 3 yards to make it 2nd down and 7. I like the way that Albright moved the football in the second quarter. Their first drive here did not go well. Trying to change that here. Another handoff to Bootman. And Bootman avoiding one tackle. No, the initial hit was by number 45, Mike Beck. And getting up to about the 44-yard line. Sending him 3rd down. And about 3. It'll be a shovel toss to Bootman. Misericordia read it the entire way, and the tackle was made by Alex Hafner. And Kevin Getz and company now on to punt. And I don't mind that play on 1st or 2nd down, but on 3rd down, I don't think that's the way to go. It's a 2-yard loss. If anything, I would like to have seen LaHaye maybe throw a quick little slant pass or pass out into the flat. Kind of leading Bootman. A toss like that, more times than not, doesn't bode well, especially on 3rd down. Low snap, but gets it. And it's a booming, spiraling kick. And it lands out of bounds inside the 20. And they'll have it marked at the 18-yard line. Or the 17-yard line. So a nice punt for Getz. .703 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Barry will hand it off to Dallas. Up above the 20 to the 21, a gain of 4. For Misericordia win today. Put them in position to play beyond next week. Obviously, they have to take care of business at home next week. Another handoff to Dallas. Goes left side. He gets hit from behind. Stopped at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5. Setting up 3rd down and 1. down conversions have been overall pretty good for Misericordia. Albright desperately needs to get a stop. They trail by 9. And the handoff here to Vleck. And he's got enough for the first down. Clayton Vleck. And an injured player down on the field. Lawson in on the tackle. So an injury timeout here, 5:42 to go. With the Cougars leading 23-14. Anthony Scher, the tight end, being helped off the field. First and 10 from the 28. Rolling to his right is Barry. Throws it out. It's caught. Isaiah Williams above the 45. A tackle made by Armand Jefferson. That's a first down for the Cougars. Barry now starting to get comfortable. 3 receivers to the left from the 46. First and 10. John Yanko on the right side of the line. And off here to Vleck. Across the 50 to the 49-yard line of Albright. Nate Steffen in on the tackle. Second down and 5. Receivers to the left. Williams, Kelly, and Gillison. And keeping it is Barry. Goes right side, and he gets stopped by number 25, Darzbowski. Stopped at the 45-yard line, setting up third down and 1. Defense having difficulty on these third and shorts. Gillison, lone receiver to the right. Keeping an eye on him is Bowski. And here's the handoff to Dallas. He's got a first down. He's got space across the 40 up to the 36-yard line. And is another first down. A gain of 9 on the play. Just a methodical drive here by the Cougars. Barry throws it out into the flat. It's caught by Williams. He cuts around to the outside, slammed hard to the ground at the 26. And that should be enough for a first down. It's a gain of 10. Armand Jefferson in on the tackle And if the Cougars were to score a touchdown here, it'll really make things interesting. And the chain's now being moved.
First down for the Cougars at the 25.
Barry looks left up the middle, almost intercepted. Could have been picked off by Jalen Lawson. And if he would have made that interception, it would have been his first of the season. Setting up second down and 10 here from the 25. Dallas to the right of Barry. And the handoff to Barry. Got stopped before he could even get back to the line. The initial hit was by Jason Smith. Two minutes to go. Third down and 10. Barry's got it. Throws it. It's going to be intercepted, but a flag is thrown. And Albright celebrating for a moment, but they're going to call pass interference. And it looks like the culprit could be Danny Vital. It's an automatic first down. And that is pass interference on the Albright defense. That is a tough pill to swallow, especially this late in the game. And what could have been a golden chance for the Lions. So now the Cougars, they are marching on the doorstep of Albright. Barry with the handoff to Dallas, gets wrapped up. And getting brought down, number 31, Ryan Rogers, with the first hit. Second down and 9 from the 11. And off to Dallas, getting pile driven into the ground by David Sanchez. .40 and counting. Setting up third down. And about 7. So now Vleck and Dallas to either side of Barry. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Barry, and he's going to keep it. Goes right side, and he gets tripped up and sent out of bounds. And it looks like it was stopped at the 3-yard line, which will set up fourth down. And about 1. now they're saying it's good enough for the first down. The ball was spotted at the 2. So they get the necessary spot, Misericordia. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter, with the Cougars leading the Lions by a score of 23-14, as you are watching and listening to Albright football here on albrightathletics.com. As we enter the final quarter of play, and for the Lions, we've seen Malik Bootman have a big day, 148 yards on the ground. Jimmy LaHaye, 151 yards passing. Kyle Dickerson, 71 yards receiving. Albright, 311 yards total. But Misericordia, 341 yards total. Aaron Barry, 9 for 15, 119 yards. Still looking for his first career touchdown pass. Jamal Dallas, 61 yards on the ground. And Sam Gillison with 5 catches and 100 yards. It's been a nice day for this Misericordia offense as they now open up the fourth quarter. First and goal from Albright's 2-yard line. Dallas to the right of Barry. And Barry, he's going to hand it off to Dallas as he finds his way right around the goal line. Is it going to be enough for a touchdown? It's not. Ruled just shy of the end zone, so it'll be second down and about a foot to go. Gillison split out to the left. Isaiah Williams split out to the right. Dallas to the left of Barry. And it's going to be a handoff to Dallas, and he's stuffed again. Third down and 1 coming up. And if I'm Barry here, and Barry's a pretty big body. He's at 6'1", 235. I mean, I'm not surprised if why wouldn't he get under center? Look to like a simple quarterback sneak. You don't see that too often. Dallas again to the right of Barry. And Barry's going to keep it, and he gets stopped. He's short. 4th down and 1. 3 straight running plays, setting up 4th down and goal. And obviously, Misericordia is going to go for it here. I mean, why not? They're up by 9. Worst case scenario, if they do not get it. Then Albright has to go 99 yards for the distance. Fans starting to get loud here at Shirk Stadium. Vleck will be to the left of Barry. Clayton Kelly split out to the left. The snap, Barry's running with it. Wide open and making the score is Clayton Vleck as Misericordia takes a 29-14 lead. Clayton Vleck with his second touchdown of the day. His second receiving touchdown. And now Matt Dinocenti on for the extra point. And he sends this one right through the middle. The Cougars lead the Lions 30-14. 12:58 remaining in this game here on albrightathletics.com. Nicholas Nadlinger sends a short end over end kick that's caught at the 40 by Stewart, getting across midfield and stopped. Looks like at the 46-yard line. So it'll be a nice piece of field position for the Lions. It'll be their best start of field position on the afternoon. So trailing by 16. LaHaye looks to throw, airing it deep, intended for Dickerson. It's dropped. LaHaye, maybe just a hair underneath where Dickerson had to slow up, but Dickerson still got his hands on it. Could have made the catch. Instead, now 2nd down and 10. LaHaye steps back, now rolls to his left, throws it, incomplete. It was hit off the hands of Jory Cole, setting up 3rd down and 10. Bootman to the right of LaHaye. And play action. LaHaye airs it out again, slowing up. Incomplete. The ball was thrown pretty short, and Coach Marska wanted pass interference. And the Albright sideline is furious, setting up 4th down. Crowd not happy about it. And I think the reason why flag was not thrown there was because the ball was underthrown. And I know sometimes that isn't a reason, especially if there's contact. There was contact, but I think the official's no call is saying that it was a non-catchable ball. As LaHaye steps up, he gets brought down. And the Misericordia fan base on the far side of the field, they're pretty happy as Jason Anderson knocks down LaHaye. It'll be a turnover on downs, and Misericordia will be back with the football. Aaron Barry and the offense as they will look to run. Dallas gets across the 50, and he's stopped by number 31, Ryan Rogers. I would expect Misericordia to try to run the football as much as they can here. They're up by 2 scores. Actually, correction, up more by like 3 scores unless Albright were to score 2 touchdowns, get 2 two-point conversions. Hand off to Dallas, gets wrapped up. Number 42, Zach Marini. In on the stop. Setting up 3rd down and 4. Albright has to get a stop here. They still have all 3 timeouts. 3 receivers to the right. The lone receiver to the left is Sam Gillison. Jamal Dallas is the tailback. Dave Cromwell has not played this entire second half. Barry steps back, and he avoids a tackler. Rolling out to his right, airing it deep down the far sideline, and it's going to be caught! Touchdown! Misericordia. Isaiah Williams straight out beat Jalen Lawson, and the Cougars have taken a 36-14 lead. In what may have there, if anything, there was some contact, I thought, made by Isaiah Williams. And now Misericordia calling a timeout, as they were looked to be a timeout because of not the right set of players making their way on for the extra point, but getting a chance to see that replay. And Barry just threw it up and hoped for the best, and he got the result that he was hoping and praying for. And that touchdown, you could argue, could be the nail in the coffin here for the Lions on this Saturday afternoon. And now, Barry and the Cougars are going for 2 points. Barry throws it off his back foot, and it is incomplete. So the Cougars lead the Lions by a score of 36-14, a 22-point advantage for Misericordia, with 10:46 remaining in this football game. Nicholas Niedlinger set to kick this one away. Kyle Dickerson and Jalen Lawson back deep to receive. And over-end kick received by Lawson at his own 9-yard line. Takes it up the middle, gets across the 25. Looks like he stopped at the 28-yard line. So a 19-yard return. Simmons in on the tackle for Misericordia. The first-year linebacker for Misericordia. So the Lions down by 22. Dogba to the right of LaHaye. LaHaye drops back. Looking left. The ball is tipped at the line and incomplete. Nearest to it was Garrett Murray. Second down and 10 from the 27. LaHaye dropping back, throws it. It's going to be caught by Dickerson. And he falls to the ground up to about the 42-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup. LaHaye looking left, throws it out in the flat. It is caught by Jory Cole. And he's got about 9 yards as he got across midfield. Two receivers to both sides. Dogba to the right of LaHaye. Jimmy LaHaye steps back, looking left, fires a dart, incomplete. It was intended for Cole down the far sideline, and on the defense was Mitchell France, the junior safety. They're down and about 1 to go. Quick snap. Dogba gets the first down on the carry. Up above the 45 to the 41-yard line. A gain of 8. So first down for the Lions. Malik Bootman back in. LaHaye, good protection up front. He has time. Fires it deep down the sideline. It's going to be incomplete. As Cole at first looked like he might have had his hand on the football, but France just stepped in front at the last moment, breaking up the pass. So now here with 8:58 to go. Cougars leading the Lions 36-14. LaHaye steps up, throws it deep, intended for Dickerson. He's got it at the 10-yard line. A 31-yard pass by LaHaye, and it's now first down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Drop it back, LaHaye. Looks right, throws a pass. It's caught. Touchdown, Kyle Dickerson. His second touchdown catch of the day. And the Lions now trail 36-20. And the Lions are going to have no choice, but they have to go for 2. Remember, they still have all 3 timeouts remaining. Bootman to the right of LaHaye. Steps back, LaHaye. Throws a pass. It's caught. 2-point conversion. Good. Jory Cole, the freshman, reels it in. And the Lions trail by 14 with 8:34 to go here in the final quarter of play here on AlbrightAthletics.com. Kevin Getz going to kick from his own 35-yard line. Clayton Kelly and Isaiah Williams back deep to receive for the Cougars. And Getz sends a line drive boot, and it lands into the end zone for a touchback. So Albright's defense, they make a stop here, a quick 3 and out. They were to get a quick score. You never know what can happen. But to me here, the game is in these first 3 downs. They cannot allow the chains to move here. So if I'm Coach Marska, to hope to try to apply a little pressure on Aaron Barry. Now Dave Cromwell is back in the game for the Cougars. Motioning from right to left is Isaiah Williams. And it's Cromwell who takes the handoff. He gets up to the 30, stopped at the 31-yard line, a gain of 6. Nice first down run for the Cougars, and they're going to look to run the football, try to take as much time off the clock. And Coach Marska doesn't have to worry about using timeouts just yet. Two receivers to the near side left. Barry handoff. There's the first down up to the 39-yard line. The run was by Cromwell. And time could be Albright's biggest enemy right now amongst anything else. Just off the left side of the line for Misericordia, Jonathan Yanko. Barry will hand it off to Cromwell. He's got space left side, still on his feet. He's got enough for a first down. He's at the 50-yard line. Jalen Lawson with a tackle. And the chains continue to move. And this is worst case scenario right now for Albright, and a nightmare scenario. Albright needs to start making some stops. And almost jumping offside was Zach Marini. But luckily for him, Misericordia not fully set. 6:45 remaining. 36-22. The Cougars leading the Lions. And Cromwell takes the handoff. He's got space up the middle. He cuts outside. He's got a lot of room to the 25 to the 20, to the 15 to the 10. He's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, up to the 9. A huge run there for Cromwell and the Cougars. Cromwell to the right of Barry. And Cromwell takes it again and gets hit. The first hit was by David Sanchez. Under 6 minutes remaining. And now, Jamal Dallas in the backfield alongside Barry. And Barry's just going to hand it off to Dallas, who goes right side. A scrum. Jalen Lawson gets the stop. A lot of time coming off the clock. Almost over 4 minutes on this drive here for Barry and the Cougars. And off to Dallas. And he will get hit once, hit twice, finally brought down at the 10-yard line. Lawson was there along with Darsbowski. Albright now will take a timeout, which will set up 4th down. Here are 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go. And I still think too much time has come off the clock here. To me, if I'm the Cougars, I simply kick a field goal. I get it, the wind in this direction isn't the best. And they do bring on Matt Dinocenti. And this is the right call. I mean, you make this field goal, I mean, it's over. I mean, a lot of folks are thinking right now the game is done, but sometimes if you get a miss here, then 4:25, you strike quickly. In an onside kick, I know I'm kind of playing into the impossible here, but laid onto the field, here is Leonard Watson, and now Watson comes off, and now a flag is thrown, and a total miscommunication here by Misericordia. A legal substitution against Misericordia, so now they're going to bounce Matt Dinocenti and the special teams unit here back 5 yards. So it's now 4th down and 14 from the 14-yard line. Still looking about less than a 30-yard field goal, though. They snap the hold. Kick on its way, and it's good. Matt Dinocenti. 39-22, Cougars. The lead here. As this game will look to go in favor of Misericordia. Just now looking to play out the final 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Well, for the 7 senior football players that were honored before the game today: Rosiato Jennings, Kyle Dickerson, David Sanchez, Zach Barini, Mark Anthony Ocasio, Kyle Ryan, and Kevin Getz. Obviously, the result that they were not hoping for in their final home game of their respective careers, but for these 7 men, a lot to be pleased for their efforts throughout their careers here. And though they still have 1 game left, though it's got to be on the road, so they're going to look to try to get a win next week on the road at Lebanon Valley. Lawson and Dickerson back deep to receive. Before Misericordia, huge win for them as they're trying to claim a share of the MAC championship. A line drive kick caught by Lawson at the 11-yard line. He goes left side of the field, spins, gets stopped about the 30-yard line. So a return of 19 yards. So 1st and 10 from the 30. And the Albright offense will trying to move quickly or at least get a score. They trail by 17. LaHaye takes the snap. Slant pattern. It's caught by Miller as he gets up to the 40. A gain of 10 and a first down for the Lions.
Complete to Zach Miller. Alex Kastner on the tackle. First down for the Lions at the 41.
Well, they mark it at the 41, so a gain of 11. LaHaye takes a snap, steps back, throws a pass. It's caught by Dickerson. He initially caught it at the 49-yard line, so a gain of 8 on the play. And once again, the Albright offense look to line up quickly here and keep things moving. Will Dogba to the right of LaHaye. A little above 3 minutes remaining in this game. LaHaye steps back, looks left, firing it deep down the left side. It's incomplete. Sent out of bounds. The pass was intended for Kevin Zahner down the far sideline. Sending up third down and 1 from midfield. This is certainly 4-down territory, so even if they don't get the first down here, they will be going for it. LaHaye's got it, and he's going to hand off to Dogba, who gets the first down, and wanted to get the sure hand first down up to the 44-yard line of Misericordia. So a new set of downs, but now they have to really pick it up here. Under 3 minutes to go in this game. LaHaye looks left. His pass was deflected at the line. Incomplete. Abdul Beasley in on the defense. The first-year linebacker from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Graduate of Freedom High School. His alma mater getting a win over Liberty Hurricanes last night in the first round of district playoffs. LaHaye steps up in a pocket. He's going to run with it. Gets a block from Dogma. He's got a first down above the 30 up to the 27-yard line. You like the stick-to-itiveness by this Albright offense, even despite them knowing that they're not going to win this game. Still playing hard here to the final whistle here with 2.5 minutes remaining in this game. LaHaye takes a snap, throws a quick pass. It's caught on the far side by Kevin Zahner inside the 20 up to about the 17-yard line. That stops the clock, and it's a first down for the Lions. So first down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Dogba to the left of LaHaye. Takes a snap, looking right, pump fakes, looks left, throws it towards the end zone. It's incomplete, and knocked out of bounds was Zahner. In on the defense was Zach Orzel, the cornerback. And with 1:58 to go, the Cougars leading the Lions 39-22. LaHaye gets the play from the sideline. Dropping back, LaHaye looks right. The pass tipped, incomplete. It was intended for Dickerson as he was inside the 5-yard line. The pass broken up by Damian Diaz, setting up third down and 10. Misericordia's defense really playing strong here. They've bent, but they've not fully broken yet. LaHaye now, drop it back, steps up in a pocket, he's going to run with it. Gets across the 15, tackled hard, the ball had popped out, but LaHaye is ruled down a few yards shy of the first down marker. And Albright's going to call a timeout here with 1:42 to go. It'll be 4th down and 4 from the 11-yard line. The Cougars leading the Lions by a score of 39-22. And what could potentially be the final play for Albright here at home in 2018. And Coach Marska look to try to call the perfect play here. If anything, you'd like to see them score here. Well, the Misericordia defense makes his way back out on the field. So now let's see LaHaye and the offense split out. To the left is Kevin Zahner. Dickerson in on the slot. Cole to his right. And to Cole's right is Zach Miller. Dogba to the right of LaHaye. 4th down and 4 from the 11. LaHaye takes the snap, steps up, throws a pass. It's caught inside the 10 up to the 5-yard line and down to the 4. Looked to be Kyle Dickerson. And Dickerson a little slow getting up. But that is a first down. 1st and goal from the 5. 1.5 minutes remaining in this game. LaHaye steps up. And he's going to have to roll to his right. Throws a quick pass, incomplete. Threw it at the feet of Kyle Dickerson. 2nd down and goal. LaHaye takes a snap, looking left, throws it towards the corner of the end zone, diving forward, incomplete. It was intended for Zahner, or Jory Cole, rather. Incomplete, setting up 3rd down and goal with 1:09 remaining. LaHaye takes the snap, throws it out into the flats, caught by Dogba. He's tackled just shy of the goal line, up to the 1-yard line, setting up 4th and goal here with under 1 minute remaining. Cole shifting towards the right side. He'll be in the slot. Dickerson to his right. Miller split out to the right. LaHaye takes the snap, throws the pass. It's caught. Touchdown, Albright. Jory Cole reels it in. And the Lions now trail 39-28 with 36.8 seconds to go here in this game. Kevin gets on for the extra point. Snap the kick, and it's good. So 39-29, the Cougars lead the Lions. Not enough time on this clock, 36.8 seconds to go. And I'm sure as Albright will look to try an onside kick here. So Kevin Getz, who's lining up for what appears to be an onside kick, with the Cougars leading 39-29. Up front for Misericordia, Joe Grasso, Isaiah Solomon, and Clayton Vleck. Behind them are Josh Dieter, Isaiah Williams, and Sam Gillison. And for Albright, Malik Bootman, and also Armand Jefferson. So the whistle sounds, and a timeout is going to be taken by Misericordia. Icing Getz here. Which to me is completely unnecessary by Misericordia. You're up by 10. Even if Albright got the football, there's not enough time left. And Getz certainly a good enough kicker to get this job done. So the ball falls off the tee, and Getz will have to reset it. And the onside kick now take place, and instead it'll be hit deep and brought in, and making the reception is Clayton Kelly. So in what appeared to have been an onside kick attempt was ended up just being a kick that I think where they were trying to see if it would be a mishandling and a simple chance of being able to recover a fumble attempt, but that's not going to be a case here, as Misericordia will look to just to go into victory formation here. And they will start from their own 25, but they will only need to take one knee here to end this game. But the Misericordia Cougars, they defeat the Albright College Lions today by a score of 39-29. Albright, they fall to 0-9 on the season, 0-7 in the MAC. And for Misericordia, they improve to 8-1 overall, 7-0 in the MAC. For Albright next week, they will head to Lebanon Valley, a 1 p.m. kickoff. So once again, your final score, Misericordia 39, Albright 29. Folks, want to thank you for watching Albright football on AlbrightAthletics.com all season long. We will be back with you in 2019. Well, that'll do it from Shirk Stadium. This is Mike Ventola wishing you a final farewell and a good rest of your weekend. You can catch all post-game recap and analysis on albrightathletics.com. Thanks for tuning in as Albright loses 39-29.